I'm going to present to you the metaphor I've been using, and hopefully it's been accurate enough. I've been looking at the Kung Fu forest in the sense of every tree can be considered a school. And so as you work your way through this forest of individual schools, they may look like very distinct things, but then as you look up, you can see how all the branches intertwine. And that's what represents like the community of the various practitioners of martial arts.
Sure. I mean, the symbol of a tree works very well in martial arts. So we talk about roots all the time. We talk about, the flowers and fruit. We talk about branches. So yeah, I can see that working. The term Wu Lin, I think I've always, I'm not exactly sure where the Lin part originates. I've always kind of connected it to Shaolin, which actually means it's the same Lin, it's the same forest. And I'm not sure if, I think there's a part of me that wants to connect Wu Lin and Shaolin, but I'm not sure if that's really valid at all. I don't really understand Chinese lexicon that well. That's another huge rabbit hole, getting into Chinese characters. And I mean, like one of the stories that I was really proud that Kung Fu Tai Chi broke out was the sort of dissolution or the breakdown of the character Wu, right? Because Wu has this whole, if you break down the Chinese characters, you look at the radicals, and basically they're like line drawings combined, right? Almost hieroglyphic, except we're using stick figures. And so you can find the radicals for spear. Actually, it's not spear, it's a particular kind of spear, which is kind of polearm, and the radical for hand in the ancient terms. And so people were thinking, well, that means to stop the spear, right? And that Kung Fu was really about creating the piece out of it, right? Mm-hmm. And we had a researcher do a column or do an article for us at one point, and he came out with this concept that, like, oh no, it's actually not that at all. That was a rectification that was done by a particular emperor, and I can't remember off the top of my head who it was, but it goes back centuries. I remember Gigi and I, GGO, our publisher at the time, read that and we're just like, what? Because we've always been saying this, not just in English, but in Chinese, this is something that's been. So we started picking at it. We friends, and it turned out that's actually true. You can find it documented that it really didn't mean hand and weapon. It was foot. It literally meant, instead of stopping the spear with your hands, it was like towing the line with your spear. Totally different interpretation.
Awesome.
And so it's like one of those things where it's like, there's a profundity that we project into it, and whether it doesn't eradicate the validity of that concept, but you got to know your roots. Back to them trees, you got to know your roots. And right now, I mean, looking at your comic, that's a flower, right? That's a fruit. That's a whole different thing.